everybody, what's up? It's Grace, and I'm finally filming a video. Like, this has been just a recurring thing on the sense that I'm like, I'm so sorry I haven't filmed a video. And I am sorry, I hate not filming videos, it just is such a bummer, but I just literally not had time to do it. At the time right now, I'm really excited about the video that I'm going to be doing, and that is a massive unhaul, a book unhaul. I know these videos are a bit taboo in the sense that a lot of people don't understand why you'd want to get rid of books if you haven't read them, or like if you did read them and you kind of enjoyed them. People just don't like seeing others get rid of books, and I could totally understand that. But I have so many books in my TBR pile that it's kind of hindered me wanting to read anything. I just look at my shelves and I see so many books, and if I'm going to be super honest with myself, I don't think I'll ever get to them. I want my shelf to reflect what I want to read. I want to read more diversely, I want to read just a variety of things, and some of the books here I just feel like I won't possibly get anything out of, or I've read and I just enjoyed it, it was okay. But I will get to some of the reasons as to why I'm getting rid of these books. I have a ton, so I can't really go super into depth. Before we get on to the book unhaul, I just want to say that I cannot ship all these books out. I would have a giveaway, like a huge one, but it'd be so expensive to send these books out because there's so many. I am going to be donating them to my local used bookstore, and I think they are going to be of great use to other people. The first book I'm going to talk about that I'm unhauling is Passenger by Alexandra Bracken. I have yet to start her Darkest Minds trilogy, and I own all the books to that. So I feel like having this, I just see it and I'm like, am I gonna get to it soon, or if at all, I don't know. I know it sounds cool, it's like about pirates and time travel, but right now my interest is just not there, so I'm going to be getting rid of it. Next book I'm getting rid of is A City of Saints and Thieves. This is an advanced reader's copy. I have a finished copy, so this is just a duplicate. That's why I'm getting rid of it. This book is Perfect Little World by Kevin Wilson. I got this book in a book subscription box, and it sounds okay. Like, I just don't think that I'll be getting to it anytime soon, or again if at all, so I'm just gonna be donating it. The next book that I'm going to be getting rid of is The End or Something Like That by Andy Ellis. I just don't see myself reading this at all. The next book I'm unhauling is Find Her by Lisa Gardner. I got this when I was grocery shopping one time, and it's like a murder mystery psychological thriller, which is it entails like a great story, but I did look at the reviews and they're not that great, and I have a bunch of psychological thrillers I've yet to read, so this is just not a priority. Next book I'm getting rid of is Undertow by Michael Buckley. I bought this when I first started my booktube channel, and you all know that phase of just buying a bunch of books because they're like on Book Outlet or thrift books and stuff, and this was one of those purchases. This is like a YA dystopian. It does sound pretty cool, but you know, I don't know. I'm just getting rid of it. Next book I'm getting rid of is Leap Day by Wendy Mass. This is actually my best friend McKenna's one of her favorite books. I kind of feel bad giving it away because I bought it because it's one of her favorite books and I wanted to read it, but honestly, I just don't think I'm ever gonna. It's short. I might actually just end up putting this or giving it to my mom so my niece can read it when she comes of age, but I don't know. The next book I'm going to be getting rid of is a book that I did want to read, but upon reflection, I don't really agree with a lot that's in it. I tried to watch this show, and as the time that I was watching the show, I was really enjoying it, but I took a break and I really reflected on it, and I can see the damage that it can bring, and it was just, and it's 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. I get what it's trying to do, and I totally understand that, but I feel like it's as proactive as it is destructive, I guess. I don't know, but I won't be reading this. The next book I'm getting rid of I actually read, and I did really enjoy it, but I just don't see the sense in keeping it. I'm not going to reread it, and that is You by Caroline Katniss. This is a great, like, really effed up story. It's about a guy who's stalking this girl, and it's written to you, and so it definitely puts the creep factor way up. But I know there's a sequel. I don't think I'm going to be picking it up, and I don't really need it. The next books I'm getting rid of I have two copies of them, and that is The One Memory of Flora Banks by Emily Barr. I'm getting rid of these. I did read this book. I did enjoy it. I gave it 3 stars. But I don't see myself rereading it, and when I don't see myself rereading a book or really having enjoyed that or wanting to lend it out or something, because I loved it so much. I just don't see the need in keeping it, so I'm going to be donating these. The next book I'm getting rid of is A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. I'm just getting rid of this because it's a double copy. This is actually one of my favorite books of all time. I love this book so much, but again, it's a double copy, so I don't need it. The next book I'm getting rid of, I actually don't have it. I don't even know where it is, so I don't even know how I'm supposed to unhaul it. I'm unhauling the dust jacket because I found it. And that is Stitching Snow by R.C. Lewis. I got this again in my phase of just buying a crap ton of books that I didn't really have a great interest in. Just that fact that they were cheap had me sold. I know that this is like a retelling of Snow White, but sci-fi futuristic. But yeah, I don't see myself reading it. The next book I am going to be getting rid of is Exquisite Captive by Heather Demetrios. I'm kind of iffy about this one because it involves like a genie, and I do love those stories, but I don't know. If you've read this, let me know and I might keep it. Next books I'm getting rid of, I read and I really did enjoy, but again, upon reflection, I realized that the relationship in these books is very toxic and damaging, and I do not condone or promote that, so I'm going to be getting rid of them. And that is The Bronze Horseman by Polina Simons and the sequel, which is Tatiana and Alexander. So if you didn't know, it's a love story set during World War II, and it's centering around Leningrad and basically how the city was starved to death. I did really love the political side. I liked to see that, you know, what was going on in the front. And I did enjoy their relationship, the good parts of it. But I think where it was faulted was that it was such a desperate time and they were just seeking anything great, and they expected so much of each other because everything was just shit. But it was definitely not, it's definitely just not a relationship that you want. It's a toxic one, blatantly said. But I did enjoy these, but the relationship is not right. Next book I'm getting rid of, I'm sad about because I started it, but it caught my attention in the beginning, and then I read to like about a little bit more than half, and I just lost interest, and that is Winter Song by S.J. Jones. Or if it's not like a retelling, it's greatly inspired by The Labyrinth. Yeah, I'm bummed about that one. Next one I'm getting rid of is Something Strange and Deadly by Susan Dennard. I just don't see myself reading this. The next one is Starflight by Melissa Landers. I did start this book, and it's just sci-fi. It was fun, but I just didn't latch my interest, so I just stopped reading it, and now I realize I'm never gonna like finish it. So next books I'm getting rid of are the entire Across the Universe. Is it a trilogy? I can't find one of the books. I think it's a trilogy. But I had my best friend McKenna get me these for Christmas like 3 years ago, and I have not started them, and I just lost interest. The next book I'm getting rid of is The Sin Eater's Daughter by Melinda Salsbury. This just reminded me of Shatter Me in the sense that the main character, her touch is lethal, and she's like the executioner for her city, which I think is really awesome, but the reviews are not that great, and I don't know. The interest is just not really there. The book I'm getting rid of, I got in, I think, my Owl Crate box, and that is Trouble is a Friend of Mine by Stephanie Tromley. This is like a high school mystery type book, I think, with a bunch of humor, but I don't know, I'm just not gonna read it. This book I'm getting rid of, I have read and I did enjoy, but not enough to continue on with this series or to keep, and that is These Broken Stars by Amie Kaufman and Meagan Spooner. This book I'm really skeptical about getting rid of, and that is The Iron Child by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. I've had this book for so flippin' long, and I'm just like, will I ever get to it? I don't flippin' know. So if you've read this and you want to give me some advice, I'm always ears for that. The next book I'm getting rid of is Unspoken by Sarah Reese Brennan. This is a book that I've started multiple times, and I did enjoy it, and I still like, I don't know, I love the atmosphere of it because it's in like a little spooky town. I don't know, I might just keep this one, I don't know. The next book I'm getting rid of is Talon by Julie Kagawa. I absolutely love her Iron Fae series. It's actually one of my favorites. And I wanted to read this, but I looked at the reviews and they're just not that great, and I'm bummed. And I want to have that really, like, I don't want this book to maybe tarnish my view of the Iron Fae. I don't know. If you've read this, let me know, but I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. Next book I'm getting rid of is Phonegap by Laura Ruby. This is a book I've had for so long, and I really wanted to read it when I first got it, but as the days continued and it was on my bookshelf collecting dust, I realized maybe I'll never get to it. The last book I'm getting rid of was just so bad. And that is The Beast Within by Serena Valentino. I mean, it would have been just like a silly, fun read is what I was expecting, but it was just like totally not my Beauty and the Beast. I was excited because it was like in the Beast perspective, but the Beast was so incredibly unlikable in this. The Beast is already unlikable, so don't make him even more so, I guess. And he was best friends with Gaston, and ew, whatever, just didn't like it. So I'm going to be getting rid of it. Those are all the books that I'm getting rid of. I know getting rid of books is a bummer, but I believe that they're gonna get great use somewhere else. If you've read any of these books and you feel the same or completely differently than then I would love to know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a great time wherever you're at, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.